Can I share this response from the war? There's a beautiful point here from Hillel Fuld. He's the brother of Ari Fuld, who was murdered 3 years ago in Israel. And he's talking about the response of how we have to look at post-October 7th world. Can I read this to you?
Please.
Okay, so this is from Hillel Fuld. Since day one, I've been telling anyone who will listen that since October 7th, we've witnessed so many miracles. It's hard to count. Some of these miracles are easy to recognize, like how well the beeper operation went down or how successful we were at intercepting or detonating those hundreds of drones and ballistic missiles fired at us from Iran twice. Other miracles were harder to recognize. And then we have last night, and he's talking about February 21st. Then we have last night. Last night was a miracle, the caliber of the splitting of the sea. I'm talking about an open miracle that could and should have ended very differently. Do not ask me for my source, and if that means you don't believe what I'm about to say, so be it. You can keep scrolling. But if you know my work, you know I'm very careful with what I share. So if I'm sharing this, trust me, it's based on a reliable source. Last night, a young lady noticed a suspicious object in a bus in the center of Israel. She reported to the driver, who pulled into a station, got everyone off the bus, at which point the bus blew up and was completely destroyed. But that wasn't the end, not even close. Over the hours that followed, an additional 4 bombs were discovered on buses. Some of them exploded. Some others were taken apart from exploding. Some malfunctioned. According to my source, and this was news to me, 15 buses were supposed to explode this morning. According to reports, the terrorists set the timer for 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. So is that the worst of it? Not even close. In addition to the 15 buses, 5 suicide bombers were set to detonate bombs in the light rail at the same time, all in the center of Israel. So is that the worst? Nope. That's the good part. Where did this attack originate? Gaza? Nope. Judea and Samaria. In other words, these terrorists came from within Israel. And here's the kicker. Again, I'm not telling you where I heard this. All of the above was intended to be nothing more than the distraction, much like the incoming rockets into 10-7, just a distraction from the real invasion. My sources say that those buses and terrorists blew up. Massive security and emergency forces were supposed to rush to that scene. Then there would have been a breach of security fence over here, and it would have been an invasion from Judea and Samaria and carry out a October 7th 2.0. Only this time it wouldn't be from Gaza, so it would be an invasion from every city in Israel. And then he goes on to explain that how his information is coming from, and then no bus explodes, no injuries, and then we hear, how'd this happen? I ask myself. Another bus explodes, no injuries. So he says, I felt God's presence again. I could breathe again. And the news kept coming in. More bombs discovered, more bombs discovered. By who? The IDF? No. Shabak? No. Mossad? Nope. It was prevented 100% by God himself. How else do you explain, he says, that a random lady can find this up, whatever it is? That's really the perspective post-October 7th we have to open up to.